Vacant WBO title on the line, a title that was vacated by Shakur Stevenson at 130 pounds. Emmanuel Navarrete going for a world title in his third different weight class versus the man from Australia named Liam Wilson, okay, who is a late minute replacement because Oscar Valdez pulled out with an undisclosed injury, quote unquote, undisclosed injury to pull out of a world title opportunity at his second weight class. Or is it the no, actually at the same, yeah, at his second weight class, but become a two-time, trying to become a two-time champion at 130. The man Oscar Valdez surpassed that opportunity. That's neither here nor there. This was about Liam Wilson and Emmanuel Navarrete. And Liam Wilson, man, he shocked the world to be in the first 4 or 5 rounds. You know what I mean? The man was outboxing Navarrete. You know what I mean? Navarrete is an awkward fighter, throws punches from all angles, different angles, and he's not really the kind of guy who will throw the perfect punch. He'll lead with the lead uppercut from way out of range, which is a no-no in boxing, and or a lead right hand from way out of range where he could possibly get countered. It only depends on who he's fighting. Maybe that's when he deploys these tactics. But the man Liam Wilson was using his left hand. The left hook was percolating. He was going to the body, digging deep. He was not running or moving backwards really or fighting off the back foot. He was standing in the pocket, also moving side to side, digging into the body, landing big overhand rights over Navarrete's big miss shots. Navarrete is not so much of a combination puncher unless he has you hurt. He's the kind of guy who, like I said, leads in with all kind of weird shots. You know what I mean? Very awkward style. But Liam Wilson, he had great training. He was training in Washington D.C. at the Headbanger Gym with Barry Hunter as his coach. Came all the way from Australia, and they bang out at the Bald Eagle Gym down there in Southwest on the southeast side in Washington D.C. And them fellas was fighting with a whole lot of heart. You know what I mean? To the point he even hurt. In round two, both guys hurt each other, but Navarrete had some nice punches. You know what I mean? But both guys hurt each other in round two. But round four was where the man, Liam Wilson, caught the man Navarrete in between the punches with a big left hook. Boom. Hurt the man on spaghetti legs. And the man, Liam Wilson, started to let his hands go with combination punches. And the man had bad legs, Emmanuel Navarrete. And he got dropped with some big right hands over the top. And while he was going down, almost like David Tua versus, what's the guy's name? The quiet man, John Ruiz. While he was going down, he caught him with one more. Take that with you. And the man goes down. 10-8 round four for the man, Liam Wilson. Yeah, I mean, round five, I had it for Liam Wilson again. You know what I mean? Going into the fifth round, I had to fight uh, 3 rounds to one in favor of the man, what's his name? Liam Wilson. You know what I mean? I gave Navarrete round two. This guy, Navarrete, was, he was still hurt. You could tell he was still a little buzzed. But matter of fact, though, while he went down in round four, I forgot to tell y'all, man, them fellas, he took his nine count. He basically got up at nine. It took very long to get up. You know what I mean? Some may say it was even a longer count. Should have been called, should have been reached 10. And the man should have been counted out. But he got up at nine, possibly 10, depending on who's counting, right? And then them fellas spit out his mouthpiece to prolong the inevitable because them fellas was very hurt, you know what I mean? Now, some may say that's a cheating tactic by the man, Emmanuel Navarrete, to prolong what might have been the inevitable getting knocked out in this title fight versus Liam Wilson. But I ain't gonna go that far as to call him a cheater. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna call it man being using veteran tactics. Yeah, I mean that's a vicious veteran tactic, and it worked out great for him because he survived the fourth round. The fifth round, he still was a little drowsy, but at the end of the fifth round, he started to let his hands go and started to catch Liam Wilson. You know what I mean? And round six was a good back and forth pace. Looked like the man Liam Wilson was going to win the round, but he got hurt. I'm sorry, Navarrete got hurt again. I mean, by the man Liam Wilson with a big right hand in round six. Or was it a left hook? One of the two. And the man, Emmanuel Navarrete, looked like he was about to get taken up out of there. You know what I mean? So round six was a round that could have gone either way, because Navarrete was doing some good work earlier, but he got caught with the big punches. But round seven and eight, Navarrete dug deep and started to wear down the man Liam Wilson, with the body shots. Liam Wilson also started to switch stances, going from orthodox to southpaw. I don't know if that was a tactic he had trained with or was given instructions by Barry Hunter. But to me, when he did that, that's when he started losing rounds. I wish he had just stuck to orthodox and land some big punches like he was doing in the first half of the fight. But around seven and eight, Emmanuel Navarrete started to wear this guy down, you know what I mean? With big body shots, big punches. Now, Wilson also threw some body shots. He would try to dig deep as well and stay in the pocket and try to, go tit for tat. But the man, Navarrete, it was just overwhelming him with big shots, you know what I mean? So around seven and eight, I gave it up to the man, Navarrete. You know what I mean? He's still down on my scorecard, but he's looking like he's making a comeback. And then round nine, them fellas, Navarrete caught Wilson with a big right hand from distance. Boom. That joint put the man down. You know what I mean? Put him on his ass. And that's a 10-8 round so far. But Wilson got up. He got up and he just started to proceed to take a beating from there. You know what I mean? The referee, possibly could have stopped it a little earlier, but he gave the man the benefit of the doubt, considering this is for a vacant title shot. But he just wasn't throwing anything of significance back. Navarrete warmed down, big shots from all angles, left hooks, right hooks, body shots, uppercuts. There's all kinds of shots. The referee jumped in, stopped the fight. Navarrete wins this fight via ninth round TKO to become a three different weight class champion from 122 to 126, where to me, I consider him a weight bully at them weight classes. And, it's just about a matter of matching him up with somebody who, not only can take the punches, but also has sound defense, could make the man Navarrete pay for all the flaws that he does have in his game. Now, he's a very exciting fighter. I've watched him since the Isaac Dogbo fights, and he's an entertaining fighter, no question about it. Action-packed Mexican style, you know what I mean? Them fellas is a more offensive-minded fighter. Liam Wilson showed if you can box a perfect fight, this guy's could be fooled, you know what I mean? And, uh, you know, like I said, this is his third weight class. I'm not too sure yet if his power translates over into a third weight class at 130 pounds. Gotta give it up to the Aussie, man. Liam Wilson, this is only his 13th fight of his career. I mean, he does have two losses, both of them by stoppage. I mean, he lost to a Filipino guy, I believe, but he avenged that loss to the Filipino guy in the next fight, you know what I mean? But in the rematch. But it was a very entertaining fight. Some may call it so far one of the fights of the year, if not the fight of the year early in this 2023. Good back and forth fight. Navarrete, I believe this was his first time ever on the canvas. And we shall see if he stays at 130 pounds or if he moves back down to 126. Time will tell. But I'm looking forward to the Oscar Valdez fight versus Emmanuel Navarrete. I'm sure, Valdez was at the fight. I'm sure he's seen some flaws that he probably felt he could capitalize on. But that's his problem. He didn't take the fight when it was handed to him. You know what I mean? He pulled out with an undisclosed injury. And here he is. Now he's going to fight the man Emmanuel Navarrete next if Emmanuel Navarrete decides to stay at 130 pounds. Time will tell, we shall see, but I'm looking forward to that all-Mexican showdown. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Big up to both fighters, but especially Liam Wilson, a guy who was a 14-1 underdog. I mean, but the man showed a whole lot of heart, and he put Navarrete on the canvas. But I think that switching stances to southpaw is what actually cost him. All right, Be Marsh Boxing, I'm gone. Let me know how you guys saw this fight. Peace.